there are a lot of times that we think we are doing something right? But then according to the community, there is a way that we are failing them, right? I'll give an example of, let's say, I chose to play a certain sport or to be a creative director, and my community thinks, you know what, right? This guy should have been a doctor, right? In the Indian community, basically what happens is the whole family has to move into a certain line. If this is a line of lawyers, they have to be lawyers. So when one jumps out of the pond and decides, you know, instead of law, I'm going to, let's say, you know, be a car dealer or something like that. How does one deal with such kind of criticism from the community? And then also, you know, just within themselves, right? Because on one side, I think I'm doing what's right. On the community side and on the family side, I'm doing something that has deviated from their plan, right? So how does one deal with such kind of failure?
Okay. I think you're right. I think the right word to use, you rebel. Most people call it rebellion. You rebel against the norm. Most times, rebellions can be positive. For example, I know he's a politician, but I normally use his example. The current president comes from a pastoral background. Yes. So he was land, so he tried to change their way of lives because he saw this prosperity. Because while before ages back, pastoralists used to move where there's green. That's where they take their cows. By telling them that the movement is now not possible because now there are rules, there's a government in place, there's sovereignty, you cannot just cross here and there and there. So sometimes people can take directions, but ideally it's best for someone to explain, to talk to, especially the parents, because the parents have that also the pressure of the community. Direction of a route should not be bad. The baddest failures are those ones of wastage, wasting yourself, which is most common with people. But a good route of making a life for yourself should not be so bad. But then how do you handle it is sometimes you may have to go and then come back later. Like you have to take a decision. And if you want to be a basketballer, and maybe you're in a village, let's say Kapelabiong, let's say, if you take a bus and maybe you've talked to your parents and they're not feeling it, take a bus, go do your thing, handle it, come back, because we have seen these things happen. There's a story I was seeing on the internet. This Indian family, good enough, you talked about the Indian families are they're family oriented. So if family wants you to be a doctor, you have to be you're most likely going to be one. And the only option you have, the only freedom is after you become a doctor, do what you want. That's the Indian philosophy. So this gentleman, they migrate to US from India. The family does everything for the kid. But the kid along the way, the world keeps pulling him to entrepreneurship. The parents feel they would have been happy if he was a doctor. But this gentleman was entrepreneur, I can buy these used things, sell them here. And he was doing it in the process of studying. He was pushing this career the parents wanted. And along the way, he dropped out and the parents were like, you're a loss. But today, I think he has a $300 million business out of those risks. So I think if you feel, mitigate all your risks, do your homework, pursue something you feel will be valuable to you. Are not just emotionally attached. And I think the best way to do it is get someone in that same field to give you, for example, like he was doing basketball, Look for, what's his name? I know one basket. Is it Mondi? No, sorry.
One still.
Omoni, yeah, the dark skinned. Yeah. I mean, he's available. Talk to him. You look for people who are in that field. Let them talk to you and find a way of also bring them closer to that, because the family is what makes us.
Right.
Yeah. So get a mentor, be an apprentice, go a route that you have some view, not grey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look at music, the Chameleons, the Baby Cools, the Bobby Wine, these are directions that were not available to us.
Yeah.
We thought they were thugs. I mean, our parents thought these are people who smoke weed. But look at where they are today. And same as other artists. Yeah. Some things may not work out, like someone who's a poet may not be so special in our community today. But you can still be a doctor and be a poet. Yeah. So you shouldn't stop to pursue your dreams. Just scientifically work it out. In business, we call it mitigate the risk. Yeah, that's what I can say about it.
So I think two important things you said. One, take a risk, but mitigate the risk.
Yes.
Let's make a good decision.
A little bit sure. Not be so sure, but
have an idea.
Yes, have an idea.
Yeah. And then I think number two is mentorship.
Yeah.
I think
big time.
For the young generation now, mentorship is a very important thing, especially with what's happening in the world now. So if you're listening out there to the podcast, remember, if you're in a place whereby you feel like, you know what, I need to do this, the community needs me to do this. Number one, take a risk, but mitigate. Think about it. I guess it's good to always write it down, actually. And, split it and say, this is the risk. These are the consequences of the risk. Calculate it and see.
Yeah.
And then also get a mentor, someone who's in that field, someone who has really been there, who has been there for a while. And I think that kind of guidance is really good because it puts you on the right track. It gives you a vision and a mission.
Exactly.
For where you want to get to.
And one more thing on that, everyone, no matter his status, they want to teach. If you come to me and tell me about this industry, I'll gladly tell you that industry. And I'll tell you the challenges. Are you ready for this? That's it. Instead of most people prefer to, yes, we have to use wings to fly, or some others, but people prefer to know favors than actually guidance. For example, someone wants to give him capital instead of guidance. So mentorship is very important.
It's the whole teach a man how to fish instead of just giving him a fish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.